Well, for the benefit of my international viewers on Facebook, I will do my video in English, because not all of you understand Dutch or Afrikaans. So anyway, as I promised some people, I will give an update on my first day back to school. And I have to say, I even amazed myself today. Sometimes I do amaze myself. No, it went very well. In fact, better than expected even. Yeah, I finally got to experience what it's like to be a teacher. Now, I go there as a student and end up for a short little bit of time actually teaching people. So that was pretty amazing. I did make a few little small mistakes, but then like only some letters that had to be a T instead of a D at the end, but anyway. But yeah, what can I say? I even got a massive compliment from the teacher. I actually corrected a mistake that the teacher made. She wrote the name of her daughter. It was a sentence we had to make. She wrote, we had to write the sentences on a board. And daughter's name was in the sentence. And it was with a small letter, and she said to the guy, yeah, it's a good sentence. You know what? People have names because names mean that you are somebody. If somebody were to put my name in a small letter, or someone I care about's name in a small letter, I would not find that amusing. So I said, no, but listen, with personal names, that's always with a capital letter, isn't it? Ja, dat heb je goed gezien, jongen. Anyway, what can I say? I did my sentences and it was all good. Even asking me, what am I doing there? Well, I have to do it because that's the law. And there's no other way around it anyway. But that was pretty cool. I've always dreamed of being a teacher. I absolutely love language and teaching, and even if it was just for a few minutes, to actually like teach people something. Wow, that was so amazing. So amazing. You know, it's such a good feeling when so many people don't believe in you, when so many people put you down, when so many people in the last couple of weeks have done their utmost and damnedest to make me out to be some stupid idiot or something. You know what? I have achieved more in my life, even at this point, than they would if they lived to be 500. That's just how it is. But anyway, jealousy makes you nasty. I have nobody and nothing to be jealous about. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a vengeful person. Also had a good couple of weeks where I cleared my name and made all the nonsense they told about me go away with evidence, and even got massive compliments. Even my psychologist today told me, wow, you are a very clever man. So, coming from a professional person, that means a lot. And then from a teacher telling me that my language is so good and making only 1% mistakes, 1%, 2%. Now that is amazing. Now, on the one hand, yes, I am super chuffed. I'm super chuffed. But I have to say, of all the people that support me and of all the people who say they care about me, I did only get 2 likes, 2 reactions from 2 people, and that's it. So I think I will be keeping my circle of friends even smaller than it is now. With such overwhelming support, I guess that's how it is. Now, I can't help it if people find me to be boring and they cannot stand me or they don't believe in me. You know what, as they say in Dutch, skate on. But anyway, no, it was a very good experience. When I listened to that sort of statement, you know what, all it does is it makes me even better than I was. But then, you know, coming back home after such an amazing day, to be honest, at my work today, I got again so many compliments. I mean, wow. I've never worked at a place where people tell me each day, wow, they're happy to see me and good to have me. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's not the most glamorous work or job in the world, but you know what? It is the nicest people that I've ever worked with. We do have some funny characters at work. I always have names for people, nicknames. And it's not necessarily meant to be mean or anything. But we do have an imaginary helicopter pilot, a guy who imagines he's a helicopter pilot. We have MC Hammer, the rapper there. We have a DJ and a few other characters. At the school, the idea is to tell about the school. At the school, quite a few interesting characters as well. We have Jose Portuguese and Jose Espanol. So there's 2 guys with the same name. One is Portuguese, one is Spanish. So I just call them Jose Espanol and Jose Portuguesa. Yes. Anyway, we even have, I had to laugh at this one, Aladdin. Yes, the one guy's name is actually Aladdin. So yeah, I've been. I can say. Yeah, that's quite something to be in the same class as Aladdin. Okay, so he should like introduce me to his blue genie, and yeah, we'll make a couple of wishes that people may not like that much. But anyway, then there was this Indonesian lady. She has like one of those names that like the moment you say her name, your entire mouth turns to mush. So her name sounds a bit like SpongeBob. It isn't SpongeBob, but you know what? It rhymes with SpongeBob, so I'm just calling it SpongeBob then. But yeah, you know what? It's interesting how people have been here like 10 years, 15 years even, and they can hardly speak a word of English, and Dutch even less. How the hell they manage to be here? When I think about all the, yeah, I'm gonna say it, when I think about all the shit me and my wife had to put up with for me to come here, even though my native language was developed out of Dutch, and 70% of the language is exactly the same, and even though I have seen this happen a lot, I worked with a lot of people in my life from all over the world, and it's always the same. When we speak in our own language to Dutch people and we speak clearly and calmly, they can understand 70 to 80% of what we are saying. They can follow the conversation. And it's the other way around as well. Yet people who can hardly speak English, some actually zero English, they can be here for like 15 years and they can not speak English, and yeah, as I say, Dutch even less. How they manage to be here, I don't know. We had to put up with so much. We were robbed of 1 whole year of our marriage. And you know, that's time that will never be, that's time you can never get back. And that's time that is lost forever. Because even though my communications with the authorities and with all the necessary people were understandable, even though our lawyer even complimented me, saying, well, this is perfectly understandable. Yeah, it's not 100% Dutch, but it's certainly understandable enough to help yourself here. And that still wasn't good enough. That's why at the embassy, when I went and did the exam in South Africa as well, I was not going to be satisfied with anything less than 10 out of 10. To kind of stick it to them, to all the doubters in South Africa as well. If I have to number all the people that like told me, yeah, it will never happen. You will never see your wife again. You will never make it. Just give up. Yeah, I don't give up. To all the people who told all the horrible stuff about me, that, yeah, I just gave up. Yeah, I have shown that to be sorry to say it, but then again, I'm not sorry to say it, a load of bullshit. And I have like even proved it, and like, yeah, even got like compliments again. But anyway, that's besides the point. You know, what's difficult is when I have to be talking to a phone like this, and I have to be talking to like 1 or 2 viewers, um, when in fact you want to come home. You come home after work, you come home after school, you come home after church even, and you've heard like maybe an amazing message or something. There's nobody you can share that with, personally at least. Look, online is good, online is fine, it's wonderful, the technology, and for the 1 or 2 people in the world who still take the time to communicate with me and call me and speak to me, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you. As I say, I don't have like a huge support base yet. I have like very small handful of people, and yeah, I do get feeling it's gotten even smaller. But anyway, it's not my point to make. It's fine, people have their own things, people have their own lives, and I don't have to please anyone. There's a saying, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can please yourself all of the time. And yeah, without sounding selfish or egotistical or whatever. It is also a massive step to take, you know. I know I made my video earlier this afternoon before I went, and I was singing and happy and so, and yes, I was, and I still am. But you know what, I am so proud, I am so proud. And you know what, it's because of her, it's because of my wife. You know, it's fine that I go to the psychologist, that I go to the therapy sessions to deal with my pain and loneliness and things like that. And all I get is compliments. Wow, you are such a clever guy. Yeah, today again. Je bent een slimme man. You are a very smart man. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, what do I have with compliments? Sharing my tips with him. Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be learning from these people how to do it, and then yeah, I'm the one dishing out the advice, and I get compliments. Okay, see you again in a month. Yeah, okay. What do I have with that? But anyway, that's why I do have some better help switched in as well. Now look, I'm a very deep person. You know, I sometimes get the feeling that who I am as a soul is way greater than the body I got. I mean, I'm stuck in a body that, yeah, it's not the best looking. I'll admit that. and when I open my mouth I sound stupid, and yeah, I did survive quite a lot of bad things, so my back and my movement is a bit awkward and as they call it here, lomp, clumsy, and people see that and they automatically jump to the conclusion that yeah, you are nothing. But you know what? Of all the people I've ever met in my life, there's not one person I can name that I can say could even have done half the things and have survived half the things I have. You know what? I know, I'll be the first to admit that without her, I'm nothing. I'll admit that. To most people, I'm just, yeah, the husband of, the widow of, the guy of. To most people, pretty much to all people, I'm someone of someone. I'm not someone by myself. I had someone tell me recently that, yeah, if only people would see him for who they are and not for being the this of that and so forth and so on, that people would like look at the person being who that person is instead of being someone or something of someone or something. I know how that feels. You know, I am me. I have to get used to being on my own. I have to get used to coming home with an amazing feeling. Amazing things to tell, amazing things to share. And nobody to share it with. Don't misunderstand me. Don't misunderstand me. The one or two people out there that still check up on me each day, who see me each day live and in person and via this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because honestly, except for, I think, 2 people in this entire country, there's nobody for me. I was contemplating phoning the necessary people. I know how to and I know what to do, and just have them put me on a plane back, gone, and I know for certain I'd be dead within 1 day, 2 days at the most. That's how bad it is. Because I was, when I came here, 1000% committed to my wife, to my marriage, to the future, to the dreams that we shared. And things happened that we could do nothing about. And yeah, it hurts like hell. And it's going to continue hurting like hell for a long time. And but it hurts, you know, coming back to emptiness. I can make it as good, I can make it as nice, I can make it as homely and as warm and as welcoming as I want. And I can achieve, hell, even if I become the owner of a mega company one day, and I come home to an even bigger place than this, and it's empty. Empty in as far, not empty in as far as stuff. Yeah, I can have films, I can have books, I can have, you name it. But yeah, when you have a good day like this, again a good day at work, even a good day at the doctor, and yeah, an amazing day at school where I even became the teacher for a minute or two. That was amazing. I mean, getting the compliments, even people saying to me, "What the hell are you doing here? You got this." Okay, it's not perfect, but yeah, it is something you have to do by law, and it's not good enough to be able to communicate with people in their own language, or understandably enough in their own language. You have to have it on paper that, yeah, you can do it, or you did it. Yeah, it's all about the money and having you under their thumb. Today, it's not an easy choice, it's not an easy thing to do. Look, I've always been into books, language, poetry, songs, things that expand your mind. I know I can be and live and do like a hillbilly, I can do that. But I've also been with some very high people in my life. And by high people, I don't mean people who like smoke weed. High people in society. And I've been able to carry myself in the company of whomever. And I'm not judging anybody by what they have or don't have, what they can do, what they cannot do. I've known people with so much money and power, but they have no heart, no soul. They are the most ugly people in the world, even though they have the best makeup, the best hair, the best clothing, the best cars. And sure, it was fun hanging out with those people, but it was empty. Then I've also been with some of the poorest people in the world. They look like hell, basically. And yes, because they are going through hell. But they were some of the warmest, kindest people I've ever known. But you know, I'm proud of what we have achieved. We. Not me. There's still, in all the things that I do, and in all the things I achieve, there's no me. We. And yes, I don't care who likes this or who does not like this, but I'm gonna say it. Give credit where credit is due. Roland and Ursula Harbraker, you also made all of this possible. And I thank you for that. I thank you for always standing behind us and believing in us. And you know what, I don't care who likes it or don't like it. I don't care. I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you. from the bottom of my heart and her soul. And one or two other people who care enough to support me. Now look, I don't care for money, I don't care for wealth, I don't care. I've had the best that money can buy. I've had better than this. I've had better than most people with money this side have in their homes. I've also had nothing. I've lived such a full life. I've been at the lowest that you can be, and I've been at the highest that you can be. But there's nothing like coming home, being able to tell your loved one about your day, give them a hug, give them a kiss, make them a cup of coffee. You don't have to buy expensive gifts. Just absolutely that emptiness, even if I were to wake up tomorrow morning with $1 million in my bank account, that would still be an empty feeling. But I dedicate whatever good things happen to my wife, Angelina. You know, I always get so many signs whenever I go out that she's there. Coins. You can look it up. Pennies from heaven. Look it up. What does that mean? I mean, I pick up small coins all the time. White feathers. When something or someone just tells you, look down. And you look down, yeah, there's a white feather. It happens so much. So much. Certain numbers that we shared. When you do something, hey, there's our number again. And not just one time, but then twice, 3 times, 4 times in a row. Now that has to mean something. That has to mean something now. But anyway, as I say, I'm now officially 10 years being owned by the Netherlands. Netherlands owns me now. I have 10 years of debt that I have now. There's no backing out. Almost did. But you know what? My wife and my brother-in-law asked me and made me promise them that, you know what? No matter what, when all the things are said and done, go on. For them, I'm doing this, and for those dear people and friends who stood behind us all this time and never stopped believing in us. I love you so much and thank you. And again, no compliments to me. It was great. It was amazing to be given the trust to, hey, you know what? Teach the students what you know. Okay, wow. I never expected that. Never expected that. That was amazing. Go there as a student and be a teacher for a little while. Well, it meant so much. But anyway, I would have given anything now for a hug, for a smile, for a kiss. Just to hear, I love you, I am proud of you. And to feel the warmth and the humanity of human touch. You know, I can come up with, I can get as many compliments as I want about my spelling in front of like 20 people. Wow, your words and your spelling, it's so good. And you know what, that's fantastic. And I can come up with, I can come up with so many beautiful words and sayings and meanings. But you know what? Sometimes just the power of touch, being held by someone you love and by someone that loves you, that is more special than a million words. I have so many dictionaries and stuff here in my bookshelf, so many sayings, dictionaries, you name it, and so much that I have stored there as well. But it doesn't mean a thing, to me at least. Oh, sweetheart. I know I can do it with a 7 or an 8 out of 10 without even putting in much effort. But I'm doing this. I want to make it a 9 or even a perfect 10. Not for me, but for you. And for the handful of people that believe in us and who stand by us. Not people who just say they do, but people who show they do. Thank you. Thank you. Wish you all a good night. That was my update on school. There's a lot of other new things as well in the pipeline. There's also another secret project I have up my sleeve, but like any good magician, I will not reveal that. That will reveal itself, and then only to those who mean so much to me and who deserve it. All I can say is I am at a loss for words. I'm done speaking. It's been great. Been a good day. Big compliment from my psychologist again. Huge compliment from my teacher, even giving me the class for a little bit. Even at my work again. But all of this I will continue believing, I will continue being who I am, and to some that's not good enough, and to some that is. And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one way or the other. That's it. All I can say is watch this space. I love you.